Greetings, Earthlings, Wisdom Keepers, Wisdom Seekers, welcome back to Wisdom Drops, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. Today, we are talking about how to use the opposition transit. That's when a planet is opposite one of your planets, okay? How do you use this to your advantage, and what does it really mean? By the end of this video, you'll have those questions answered. But in order for you to have further questions answered, you must subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you get the Savvy Cat updates. You know what I'm saying? Every single day. Every single day. Now, this is a great question. When you have two planets in opposition to each other by transit, okay, that means one of your planets is your planet in your natal chart. It's the planet that's always there. Say it's your moon, okay? And the other planet is opposite by transit. That means that it's constantly moving in the heavens and it's currently opposite of that planet. So let's just say, for simplicity's sake, it's Venus, okay? So in this example, we have an opposition between your natal moon and transiting Venus. Okay, now what does that mean? When we have an opposition, it means that there's oftentimes an internal-external pull. There's like a tension between you and somebody else, between you and others, between you and the outside world, okay? That's what that generally means when you have an opposition. Now, the other aspects have different meanings, but I'm not gonna get to those in this video. That's for future videos, okay? But when you have an opposition in general, it means that there's going to be some type of need to reconcile. Basically, an opposition is a conversation of tension that's suggesting that the two planets need to come to some sort of a balance, some sort of a healthy medium. I like to think of an opposition like, hey, you know what? There's something that's not working here and we need to figure it out to come to a healthy resolution so that we can move on. Because if we don't, we're going to get into an argument. The low vibration, that's right, friends, the low vibration, you know there's high and low levels to the shit, okay? The low vibration is tension that manifests as arguments, tension that manifests as accidents, conflicts, extreme outbursts, okay? That's the opposition low vibe. But we're about the high vibe here on the Wisdom Drops, okay? So the high vibe, and it's better to use energy to your advantage, right, when you're aware of this stuff. So use it intentionally when you see that there's an intense opposition happening, okay? But the high vibe, friends, of an opposition is building. That's right, building with somebody else or with people in your relationships. Why do I say that? Because the 180-degree aspect automatically corresponds in the chart with the ascendant and the 7th house. That whole notion of opposition is inherent within any relationship, in other words, because if you understand a little astrology, you understand that the 1st house is your ascendant and it's how you physically incarnate in this lifetime, and the 7th house is going to be your partnerships, those that oppose you, those that you're in relationship with, your first marriage, your friends, people in your life who you partner with for businesses and so forth. That's the 7th house. So that 180 degrees in astrology means you and another person. You see how I just came to that conclusion about how the opposition aspect is going to manifest between you and somebody else, or you and partnerships, based off of the degrees? We are building astrology capacity, people. That's right, wisdom drop moment. Now, moving along, how do you use this? Okay, good question. You use this energy by being very intentional with the planets that are engaged. Now, earlier in this video, I gave you an example. I said your natal Venus is, opposite the transiting Venus. I just babbled everything. Your natal moon is opposite transiting Venus, okay? So in this example, we have the planets of the moon and Venus involved. And that means that it's your soul, the moon, and also the body to some extent, because the moon rules the fluids of the world. So your body's majority water, so it rules the body as well and your consciousness. So the moon rules a lot of different things, okay? It's a very personal planet, as you can tell. But that is somehow in conflict or in tension or an opportunity for manifestation and building with other people in relationship to things of love, things of romance, things of beauty, things of financial value and worth, things of even jewelry or other things that are meant to adorn your vessel, or even a worldly place, like a design-based notion of beautification, okay? Those themes are all Venusian. So when you have this Venus opposite your moon, as an example to understand the notion of how to use an opposition, right? You have tension, so, or there's, in other words, opportunity, because anytime you have a red line of communication, it's opportunity that you can capitalize on, that you can benefit from. It's like the energy is there, it's just a matter of how to use it. So you want to be ahead of the game. If you're an astrologer and you're looking and you're trying to be like, what is this going to mean? Is somebody in my life going to come to me and say, you're not beautiful? Hell no, that's not what that means. It could mean that if you're in some twisted relationship, it could be a day that they do that. But generally with a benefic like Venus, it's going to give you opportunity to make more money, to bring in more beauty, to bring in more Venusian qualities, because it's in an opposition and it's between you and another person. So somebody might, on that day that you have an opposition from Venus, might actually bring you an opportunity to make more money. They might actually bring you a bouquet of roses that you did not expect. They might actually give you a gift of jewelry that you did not expect. They might bring you a business offer where you can, build together and create an opportunity that's going to come and serve you. Now you want to look at what else is going on in the chart. I'm just speaking in very general terms. Or there might be some topics of value, worth, and beauty that you haven't been seeing eye to eye on with a partner in some shape or form in your life, that on that day it would be beneficial for you to address if you're looking to use the energy intentionally. So if you want to like have that conversation but you don't know what time it is, say you have like a spending issue between you and a partner, wait till you have a moon opposite Venus day and it'll probably come up naturally, to be honest with you. Better yet, a moon conjunct Venus day would be très chic, très beneficial for that, or a moon and Venus trine sextile. But generally speaking, you have a line of tension. It's good to address things that have been building, things that need to be addressed, because honest to goddess friends, is probably going to come to light anyway with an opposition. It's a very manifesting between you and another person, kind of like psychologically rooted energy is what we're talking about here, relationship based energy. That's what we're talking about when we talk about the opposition. So when we talk about an opposition, it's more of a conversation that will happen. It's more of an opportunity that will come up that requires further diving into. It's these notions of like, it's a thought that turned into a real form, but it has to be discussed first, and there's something between you and another person that's like really critical to go into, okay? And also it's very psychological. That's why I keep using that word when you have an opposition. It's usually about like the more internal processes that you and another person have to take together. So when you have an opposition, it's usually really like relationship oriented, generally speaking, definitely because of that 180-degree thing that I spelled out for you in the beginning of the video, okay? If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you're subscribed. And before you leave, if you are interested in getting an astrology reading with me, I am available for them. You can reach out to me at wisdomdrops, that's all Z's, at gmail.com. The link for my email, just typed out rather, is down below. You can check that out. If this video brought you value, heart it, like it, share it with a friend, and let me know in a comment down below your future astrological questions and inquiries, because I'm gonna go on forever into these Q&As, okay? So put me one down below, and in the next video we will be discussing the square aspect, so stay tuned for that, okay? All right, with that said, may the stars be with you. Peace.